Main event time: Sammy Guevara versus Jay Lethal. Man, I be the
Woo!
first to admit I know Jay Lethal has a good reputation
Yeah.
on the Ring of Honor, the Indies, and all that other things that
Impact.
I have not watched religiously, like I have been invested in AEW. And so the little bit I know about him, everyone says great things. Huge signing, underrated signing. An awesome Ric Flair impersonator.
Macho Man.
And
Oh, he's
Macho
so
Man
good
as
at
well,
Macho.
man.
Oh,
Oh, I heard the best Macho Man impersonation, but the Ric Flair promo, that the battle they had back and forth, was absolutely spot on. You close your
woo!
eyes, you don't know who's who on that, but who. But this match, man, this was another one of those. The fans were in love with this match, including us here at Dynamite Download. This is wrestling chant. They get that. The crowd is split. The fight forever chant. That's where the smart marks, the smart AEW fans that are
Oh,
educated and can appreciate wrestling. And we saw the sportsmanship. Yes, Sammy's ribs are hurt, and it's a target for the opposition. The to try to win that belt. I mean, there's gold at stake at this. So if you're going to have to
yeah.
target a body part that's injured and to get an advantage, by all means. But at the end of the game, at the end of the match, respect and showmanship, which will end it on a high note. Jay Lethal is here in All Elite, and I think this was a fantastic main event, and the commentator team did a great job saying this is the first main event open challenge. I think the TNT title needs to be in the more main event spotlight more regularly. I like that. I think they should have advertised that this ahead of time. The TNT title is online for the main event with Jay Lethal's debut. Like, it deserved more of a hype. But did this match live up to your expectations? And how do you think Lethal did on his AEW debut?
Yeah, I've seen enough of Jay Lethal before AEW here to know, like, I mean, this is a guy who can go in the ring. He's not just entertaining on the mic and not just a comedy guy. Um, he's far more than that. He's actually one of the better all around in ring workers. Um, and I think he's the type of guy who can go with anybody. So really great, smart move by Tony Khan to bring him in. And he can be funny and he can be serious. And that's one of the great
Yeah,
things about him is, he could be that over the top character, but then he can also, like we saw tonight, hone in on a body part and just go at it. And I mean, we've seen him be one of the most dominating champions in Ring of Honor and in Impact history. I mean, the guy is everywhere he's been, he's really made a name for himself. And more than that, he has a lot of respect from his peers. And you and I have had an opportunity to have some interviews with AEW talent. And when you hear, the consistent feedback that, for example, Pac's a great wrestler, you start to see, like, there are names that when you're in the industry and you see the people who you admire their in-ring work, a lot of people will say Jay Lethal. He's one of those names too.
okay.
And Sammy versus Jay was a great, a great in-ring, exhibition. Those two, their
Yeah.
styles worked really well off of each other. Sammy, we've talked about it a lot. This dude is willing to put his body through hell.
Yep.
It seems like he's fearless. I mean,
He
taped up
is
ribs,
fearless. It's
jumping off of
insane.
ladders, jumping off the top rope through a table tonight. The guy is unbelievable what he's willing to do. And it's one of the many reasons why it just feels like this kid's a star. And it's so
Yeah.
great to see him get this opportunity as the champ. I'm with you. I want to see him get advertised main events on TNT Dynamite week in, week out. You have a young kid like this. Don't worry about overexposing him. Ride it out strike while the iron's hot. You put the belt on this kid, show the world what he's capable of. Put him in matches like this over and over and over
Yeah.
again. Have him have these
Stealing the show.
showcases where he will absolutely ball out in the ring. Put him in matches with people who can go. Lethal's a great example, a guy who is a veteran who
Hmm.
absolutely has the motor to keep up with a guy like Sammy. And it kept the crowd going nuts. The crowd wanted this match to be another 10, 15, 20 minutes, and these guys could have done that. So I like the way this ended. It showed a mutual respect. Maybe that gives Lethal a rematch again down the line. For this being his debut match in AEW, I think he impressed a lot of people.
He did, and I'm anxious to see where he goes next. I think, the crowd is very behind Lethal, and I think we have ourselves a nice, you know, near the top, if not, eventually we'll get near the top kind of babyface. And so it would have been cool to if Inner Circle ever needs some backup, they can recruit Lethal out of the respect of
That's
that. But
cool. I
I
like
think,
that.
yeah, I was very happy with this main event. I love the counter offense that these guys were doing. They were countering each other so well. I love that match, that style of match where one guy goes big and then right away they counter it, or they're trying to hit their
Mm-hmm.
big moves and they counter. So I absolutely love this main event, and anytime Sammy's in a solo match, man, he steals the show for sure. But
I
looking
liked how
forward,
smart Lethal
yeah,
was too. I mean, I know you're a big Bryan Danielson guy, and I like how Lethal exhibits some of the same traits that Danielson does when he's in the ring. Targeting that rib cage, his kicks, almost all of his offense was, you know, he's not always like that in the ring. It was a very
yeah,
smart approach, right? I mean, going for, a like the abdominal stretch and trying to get
yeah.
move after move, targeting that rib cage. Just want to throw that out there. Again, very smart, well wrestled match by him. You said moving forward.